If there's anybody going through a similar issue, please share this video with them so that it will help that person in opening up his mind. I received this question from someone called Rahul from Hyderabad, and his question goes: Hi, I'm Rahul 27. I watched one of your videos in YouTube on Goa trip. It's nice. Coming to my question, I am married at 25. Before marriage, I participated in oral romance with some guys, but seeing her profile, I got attracted and married. But after 6 months, I am getting interested in boys. By the way, I am bottom even in oral romance. Nowadays, I am having anal sex with 2 3 guys. By seeing my wife nude, my thing just raising and falls off in 2 minutes. So I now think that I am gay. I watch more gay porn only. I even bought some anal toys for my personal satisfaction. Next month, I am going to Goa. This is my story. And the question is, should I reveal my lovable wife that I am gay? I am getting scared to reveal my personality. What to do? Subscribe to my YouTube channel Awaken with Sagar and don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive the latest updates. This is an excellent question, not just for the question that it is, but it will give me an opportunity to state many examples to you that may help you in opening up your mind truly. First and foremost, whatever you do in life, anything, not just about gay sex, in general, anything that you do in life, as long as it is legal, as long as it is not illegal, you are fine. You have the freedom to do that, isn't it? But I want to state a very important example to you. Me and my mother attended a seminar by a well-known gay activist in Pune. He conducted an interviews of 2 3 guys on the stage, and they were sharing their experiences. One of the guys was very shameless. He said, he was around your age only. He said that my parents know that I am gay. They know that for at least 10 years now. And they also know that I bring sex dates into my room. I take guys into my room and have sex, and my parents know that. Now, I called him shameless, but is this right or wrong? It's a choice, isn't it? It's a choice as to how you want to be as a human being. Now, coming to me. Yes, of course, convincing my mother that I am gay and happy in my life took a long time, a couple of years. Now I am close to 40 now. I have reached that point in my life where I have the exact same freedom. I can bring guys into my house. I can bring guys into my own room. I can go with guys to hotels and have random sex as much as I want. But it is a choice. It is a choice as to how I want my character to be. It is a choice and basically my decision as to where I want to take my life. Whether I am committed to everything that I have in my life, whether I am committed to everything that I want in my life. It is a choice, isn't it? I can be shameless enough and say that I am single and I am 40 and I have missed out on having lots of sex in my 20s and 30s, like most of the people in their 20s and 30s are presently doing, just because they are young, just because of FOMO, just because they feel that they will miss out on having it later in their lives. I can do the same, isn't it? I can say that there are so many guys waiting to have sex with me. And I am not even boasting right now. But it is a choice of character. You can choose to be a good character or you can choose to be a loose character. It is a clear-cut choice. Coming to the topic of loose character, I remember there was a Facebook page by Page G, I think, Mumbai. And I had posted a post in which I said that the safest way to have sex is to do it only with your partner. And in the description I wrote, don't be a loose character and just keep having random sex because you are single. And I got a lot of backlash. People were like, who the F are you to say this? Who the F do you think you are? Who are you to decide as to what a good character is or what a loose character is? I'm not deciding it for anybody, isn't it? There is no gray line. Everybody knows whether what they are doing is right or wrong. You asked me this question because you know that there is something wrong going on here, isn't it? Now, again, there are shameless people and they say that, no, I'm doing this because I have these feelings. I mean, there are many words that people can use to cover up their mistakes, but it is not about words, isn't it? It is about the guilt feeling that you keep accumulating over a period of time. Secret affairs cause guilt, long-term guilt. Yes, you may have great sex with someone and feel happy for 4 days after that. I'm not talking about that. Over a period of time, maybe after a decade, when you truly get lonely in your life, that's when all of this crops up, and that's when you realize that, oh my god, this is the kind of life that I have led. You are not very proud of your life at that point of time, and is that what you want? That is the question that you need to ask yourself, isn't it? Let me give you another example. In 2016, I casually met a guy. He was bisexual. I only met him casually. I did not have any other intentions ever in our connection, whatever little connection, half hearted, broken, and a very rough connection that we had. Now, I was already allergic to bisexual guys, allergic not being the best word here. But I had had a very bad experience in 2012 with a bisexual guy. So thereafter, I have been staying away from bisexual guys. Now, he was bisexual. I still said to myself, okay, fine, but he's a good human being. It's okay. People are confused sometimes. So I still continued my connection with him. Later, I discovered that he's a CD as well. So he's bisexual and does CD. And I was still okay. I was like, this is an art. It's a beautiful thing to do. But later I discovered that he's a bisexual, does CD and has paid sex. So I was like shocked. Oh my god, he's a paid CD escort. He did not really reveal this to me, but I discovered it from here and there. Later, he got married and he is continuing to do that in life now. That's when I cut off myself from him. That is the sign of a loose character. Why do you get married? I'm not questioning this to you or anybody. Why do we get married? Marriage is not just a formality, isn't it? Just yesterday, I met someone casually and he said to me that I have same-sex attraction, but I am going to get married to a girl for my parents. Is that the reason why you get married to a girl? Is that the reason why you choose to have a life partner in your life? This is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? You choose to have a life partner because you want to share your life with that person. You want to be loyal and faithful to that person. You want to commit to that person in some way, isn't it? It is not just about giving some money to that person at the end of the month and saying that my responsibilities are done, now I can do whatever the hell I want in life. Yes, you can. Again, that is also a choice. People do that. People are doing that. You have to decide what kind of character you want to be, isn't it? Secret affairs are never satisfying. Secret affairs pull you down in life. They lower your energy. They lower your self-esteem. They lower your value in this world. Nobody comes and measures your value as such. But just imagine if we take a snapshot of this world, energetic snapshot of this entire world, all the people in this world, where do you think you will fit in? Do you really think that your value in this world, and I'm not even talking about the services that you offer to the world, your own little value in the eyes of God, for example, just to understand. What is that value? Is that value good? Is that value bad? Is that value high or is that value cheap? You have to ask that to yourself, isn't it? And you have to correct it. It depends on where you want to take your life, isn't it? So secret affairs only lower you in all aspects of life. Once your energy is lowered, thereafter, everything that you attract towards you in your life, it could be money as well, it could be job wise as well, work wise as well, your own family as well, maybe kids as well. The overall quality of your life goes down when you do secret affairs, especially in such an important aspect of life as love or sex. So it is always my advice to stay away from anything that you need to keep secret. Either don't do it or disclose it. You have only two choices at the end of the day. That is the reason why I came out to my mother as well, isn't it? I could have had lots of relationships and lots of sex secretly, but that is not what I wanted. By you doing something secretly, it is like a disrespect of the people who love you or the people who have some kind of trust or faith in you, isn't it? The people look at you as something, and if you are completely different in your own private or secret life, private is different, secret is different, but this is a private life that you are living secretly, isn't it? The moment you start doing things secretly, you start disrespecting energetically all the people who matter to you. Is that what you want? Ask that to yourself. The extent to which you use your freedom definitely matters. And as I stated in the example about that guy whose parents know that he has sex in his room, is applicable to every person in this world in that sense, isn't it? Nobody is going to come and see what you are doing in your room, isn't it? The people around you will eventually learn to respect you. My mother, for example, she knows that I am gay. I tell her that I am going on a coffee date with someone. I tell her that I am going on a gay picnic with someone. I tell that to her because she knows that I am not going to do something that does not suit my character. She knows my character. My character is so transparent. Basically, I am so transparent with the people who I love that they can see through me. Literally. You know what that means, isn't it? It is about being true to yourself. It is not even about your mother or your wife or anybody around you. It is about being true to yourself. When you are true to yourself, what you radiate out energetically is very, very pure. And that purity brings a lot of pure things, satisfying things, long lasting things, and basically fulfilling things towards you. When you have this split energy, when you have this confusing energy, when you do one thing secretly and show something else to the people around you, you are basically splitting your energy, isn't it? That's when your life gets split as well. That is not what you want. What if your wife does the same? What if your wife secretly cheats on you? This is the question that I had asked to an ex-colleague who had approached me for sex. He told me that he had had sex with another girl who was a colleague within our team only, and I was shocked that she is also married to someone else, he is also married to someone else, and they had had a little affair. And I was like, oh my god, ऐसी चीज़ें भी होती हैं इस दुनिया में because I didn't expect the both of them to do that. But when he asked me for the same, I asked him, what if your wife also does the same? And he was so shameless, he said, I'm okay with that. That's because he was very strongly attracted towards what he thought was very, very satisfying to him. I'm not saying that sex is bad or sex is wrong or sexual feelings are wrong. I, being the most, probably the most sexual person in this world, but doing it with the right person, doing it with the right intentions, doing it as part of your committed life is satisfying. Now there are people, majority of them, who are not doing it at the level that I just spoke. But it's not the question about whether it is right or wrong. It is the question about whether I want to be a good character or a loose character. Even if I have to miss out on something, even if I have to wait for something, I have to choose whether I want to be a good character or a loose character. I have to choose whether I want a temporary Valentine just to have great sex on the 14th of Feb night because I'm alone, or I want to wait for the date when I meet my mate. This rhymed. Whether I want to wait for the date when I meet my mate, that date will be way more precious to me than the Valentine's Day, isn't it? I want to say something very, very, very important that majority of the people in this world need to know. Same-sex attraction is not just sexual. Yes, heterosexual attraction has a layer of sexual attraction as well. But because the laws also support them, they do not consider it as dirty. They do not look at it from just a sexual angle. But because same-sex attractions or same-sex marriages are not really supported in our country as yet, what happens is that everybody looks at same-sex attractions as dirty, as only sexual. And majority of the gay men are also responsible for that. Especially the people who are doing this secretly. Look at someone like me who is so openly gay and still lonely and sad, goes alone, shops alone, watches movies alone, goes out and eats alone and all of that. But look at someone else who already has there is a real example again. A guy who is married, who has a kid, he has a boyfriend as well, and still he uses Grindr. It is a choice again, isn't it? Whether you want to be such kind of a character or not. Whether you want to stay true to what you have committed or not. It is all a choice, isn't it? But a very important point is that same-sex attractions are not just sexual. There is much more to sexuality than sex. There is much more to homosexuality than sex. It is basically about the merging of feminine and masculine energies. It is about energies. It is about what you feel when you are with another person. It is not just wanting to have a person with a penis. It is much, much more than that. So, the attraction that you also have towards gay men is not just sexual. So, don't just make it sexual. That is what I'm saying. And I'm not even talking about whether it is legal or illegal, whether infidelity is legal or not. I'm not talking about that. You may be obeying the laws of the land, but are you obeying the laws of the mind? And there is only one law of the mind, and that is that a clean and pure thought sorts out your life. Anything otherwise messes your life up. I'm about to reveal one of the biggest truths of life to you. People who have secret gay sex can never be happy in their lives. That's because split energy results into a miserable life. All of these guys whose examples I mentioned are living absolutely sad, depressed, lonely, and miserable lives only. So their minds are effed up because of all the confusion that they have. I have seen them from very close. All that they do is just keep drinking alcohol, thinking that that will make them feel good. So their minds are effed up, and now through their actions, through their confusion, through their split energy, they are also destroying their bodies. Choice, choice, choice. So I may have not directly answered your question as to whether you should disclose or not, whether you should be scared or not, but everything that I spoke is something that you need to ponder upon. You need to ask yourself as to whether I want to be true to who I am or not, whether I want to do something that makes me happy or not. If I have made a decision in the past, do I want to continue to stay loyal and stay true to that decision or not? Infidelity or cheating does not begin on the bed, isn't it? It begins in the mind. That is where you first have the thought. Now, I'm not talking about the things that you may have done before your marriage, but now that you are in a relationship, now that that person has left everything for you, she is with you, you have a choice, isn't it? There is another person again, someone who I know, his friend is bisexual, his wife knows that he is bisexual, and she knows that he has gay sex. Now, what kind of a relationship is that? Isn't it? Is there quality to a relationship? So basically, it all comes down to the quality of life that you want to lead at an individual level. This has got nothing to do with how you show others yourself to be. It is about your own truthfulness, your own commitment towards yourself. So ask all of these questions to yourself, and you will receive the answer to yourself, because the answers are already within. But such videos help you in evaluating as to where you are and basically picking out those answers and implementing them in your own real life. If you hit like on this video, YouTube will show more such videos to you, and it will help my work reach out to more and more people. Gosh, I have never been so humble in asking for likes. I have always been arrogant. I'm like, hit like.